Okay, today I'll take the statistics. Whatever yesterday I'll not taken, today I start the statistics paper 2. In your BCom third semester, you studied business statistics paper 1. In that business statistics paper 1, the basic concept of statistics, then the time series, then averages, and also the probability. The basic probability you studied in your BCom 5th semester. Okay. What is probability? What is the rules? What are the rules applicable to probability and probability theorems? Then mathematical expectation. You studied the basic probability in the BCom third semester, and the advanced part of that probability you will study in the fourth semester, first and second unit. The first and second unit of your business statistics paper 2 are related with the probability. Okay. So in the probability, you calculated the expectancy of happening the event or not happening the event. What is the expectation of happening of an event? What is the expectation of not happening of an event? You studied in your third semester. That is the probability. Okay, addition theorem of probability, multiplication theorem of probability, conditional probability. Okay, and mathematical expectations you studied in the third semester. And the probability, whatever probability you studied, the same probability studied by the binomial, Poisson, and other research peoples. Binomial, Poisson, and other research peoples went on researching, and they studied the probability and formulated or given their own theorems. Whatever theorems given by the binomial, Poisson, and others are called as a distribution, theoretical distribution. Okay, so the theoretical distribution is the advanced part of probability. So theoretical distribution is nothing but it is the theories given by experts on the probability. That is called as theoretical distributions. And mainly there are three theorems related with probability. One is binomial, second is Poisson, third is normal distribution. There are three distributions for your syllabus. Three distribution for your syllabus, and these three distributions are divided into two unit. Divided into two unit. Okay. So theoretical distribution. What is theoretical distribution? Theoretical distribution means these are the theorems. These are the theorems related with the probability. Solving the problems on probability, we apply the theorem. Whatever theorems we apply to solve the problems related with the probability, happening of event or non-happening of that event, that theorems are called as theoretical distributions. Theoretical distribution. Okay. So you remember theoretical distribution is nothing but the binomial, Poisson, and normal. Under this, they are given equation. They are given the equations. In your third semester, without any equations, you simply solve the problem based on probability. You have calculated the expectancy and non possibilities on the basis of the probability. You calculated the expectancy or happening the event or not happening the event. Okay, so that is the complicated one. To solve the problem of probability, we apply the equation given by the expert people. That expert people equation is called as theorem. There's theorem. Okay. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಹೇಳೋದಿಷ್ಟ ನೀವು ಪ್ರೊಬಾಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಬಿಡಿಸಿದಿರಿ. ಆ ಪ್ರೊಬಾಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬಿಡಿಸೋದಕ್ಕ ಥಿಯರಮ್ಗಳು ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟು ಆ ಥಿಯರಮ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಆ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ದಾಗ ಹಾಕಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ತೆಗೆಯೋದಷ್ಟು ಐತಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಥಿಯರಮ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಥಿಯರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? Okay, so in day-to-day life, we come across random variables. In day-to-day life, we are having so many random variables. Random means unexpected. Random means unexpected variables, happening of events. Out of them, I have taken some examples. You see the first example. Number of male children in a family having 3 children. If one question is asked to you people, how many male children are there in a family having 3 children? What is your answer? Sir, I don't know the background of that family. It is not your answer. Remember this. Suppose I ask a question, how many male children are there in a family having 3 children? In the family, there are 3 children. Out of the 3 children, how many are male? Suppose any one person, any person asked this question. Whenever you go to interview, then this type of question they ask. Your answer may be, you may say that there may be male children, there may not be male children. Only 2 answers. One is there are male children. Another is there is no male children. That is the answer. Okay, this is probability. To say this answer, we apply the theorem. ಹೌದಾ? ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ? ಎಷ್ಟು ಹುಡುಗರು ಇದಾವ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರ ನಮಗೇನು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಿ ಅವ್ರ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಿ? नमगेन हिस्ट्री ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ? हमको क्या मालूम है उस फैमिली के बारे में? हाँ? Okay, so if the question is like this, your answer is, sir, only ಗಂಡು ಮಗು ಇರಬಹುದು, ಇರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. This is the answer. ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರ? ಒಂದು ಇರಬಹುದು, ಒಂದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಇರಬಹುದು, ಇಲ್ಲದೇನೆ ಇರಬಹುದು. This is the answer. This is your probability answer. On the basis of this type of expectation, they formed the theorem. This is the first random variable. Second random variable, the number of passengers getting into a bus at the bus stop. Suppose you are standing in the bus stop, anybody comes and asks you, how many passengers will get into a bus at this bus stop? Then what is your answer? All the people, all the passengers may get in the bus or may not get in the bus. That is the answer. Huh? ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಬಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ದಾಗ ನಿಂತಿದಾಗ ಯಾರ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರ ಬಂದ್ ಕೇಸಿ ಇದ್ರಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಂದಿ ಬಸ್ನಾಗ ಹತ್ತಾರ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರ ನನಗೇನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತೀರೇನ್? ಇಲ್ಲ. ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದವ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹತ್ತಬಹುದು, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹತ್ತದೇ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಯಾರು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಹತ್ತಬಹುದು, ಬೇಡಾದ್ರೂ ಬಿಡಬಹುದು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್. Okay, so the number of passengers getting into a bus at the bus stop. If this is the question, your answer is none may get into the bus, all may get into the bus, or some people may get into the bus. Okay, this type of answer you have to give. This is the probability based answer. Okay, this is the second random variable. And third example I would like to give is IQ of children. Intelligence coefficients of children means the expertness or the knowledge, the sharpness of the children, the sharpness of a children. That may be the question. If the question is like this, then the children may be having 100% efficiency or may not having efficiency. This is the third example. And fourth is number of stones thrown successively at a mango tree. At a mango on the tree until the mango is hit. How many stones you have to hit successively or you have to throw successively at a mango on the tree until the mango is hit? This is the question. Suppose you are started to hit a stone to a mango on the tree. Then how many stones will you have to hit? How many stones you have to hit? If the question is like this, then what is your answer? You may hit only one stone, or you may hit two stones, three stones, four stones, like that, so many stones. Okay. At the first hit, you may hit the mango, or at the second chance, you may hit the mango. Third chance, you may hit the mango. Like that, it is possible at any stage. This is the fourth example. Okay. How many stones? Number of stones. And fifth is the marks scored by a candidate in PUC examination. What is the marks scored by a candidate in the examination? If the question is there, your answer is, what is his score? His score is in between 0 to 100. This is the answer. What is the score of a candidate in the PU board examination? The marks scored by the PU examination is in between 0 to 100. The minimum is 0, maximum is 100. That is the answer. Okay. Then next is on the basis of these factors, for a quick analysis of distribution of such a random variable, whatever questions already I explained, for this type of questions, for quick analysis of distribution of such random variables, we consider their theorem equivalent. We consider the theorems, and these equivalent distributions are originated according to certain theorems. To solve this type of problems, we use the theorems, and all those theorems are called as theoretical distributions. Okay. Again, explain ಮಾಡನಲ್ಲ ಇಂಥ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇಂಥ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಉತ್ತರಿಸುವ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಥಿಯರಮ್ಗಳು ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದಾರ ಆ ಥಿಯರಮ್ ಕನ ಥಿಯರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. This is called as theoretical distribution. Okay. And there are many types of distributions, theoretical distributions. So many people have given their own theorems. So many people have given their own theorems. Out of them, for your study, there are only 3. For your study, there are only 3 that are, first is binomial distribution. First theorem is binomial distribution. And second theorem is Poisson distribution. Second theorem is Poisson distribution. And third is normal distribution. Okay, there are 3 theorems for solving the problems, whatever I explained here. Okay, so These three theorems are divided into two units: binomial theorem and Poisson distribution. Poisson and binomial together one unit, normal distribution one unit. So there are two units. Okay. And the binomial distribution is discovered by James Bernoulli. You remember this name. Binomial distribution is discovered by James Bernoulli. Bernoulli discovered this. You remember this name. James Bernoulli. James Bernoulli discovered the binomial distribution in the first decade of 18th century. First decade of 18th century means 1701 to 1710. First decade. And his work was published uh, posthumously in 1713, means after his death. After his death, his publication was made in the year 1713. Remember this. 1713 is the second point you have to remember. In the 1713, binomial distribution published, and this binomial distribution is discovered by James Bernoulli. This is the point you remember. And next is the Poisson distribution. The Poisson distribution was introduced by S.D. Poisson. Remember this name, S.D. Poisson, in the year 1837. In the year 1837, he discovered the distribution, and his name is S.D. Poisson in the year 1837. Use second one. This is the second distribution. And third is normal distribution. Normal distribution was introduced by De Moivre. De Moivre in 1753. In the year 1753. This is the third distribution. And this distribution is called as Gaussian distribution. Gaussian distribution. Remember this. Okay. About this, you remember, binomial distribution is discovered by James Bernoulli and published in the year 1713. Poisson distribution was discovered, introduced by S.D. Poisson, 1837. And normal distribution introduced by De Moivre in 1753. And this is called as Gaussian distribution. Okay. Remember these three. And now I come to the first one, binomial distribution. What is binomial distribution? Binomial distribution which has the following probability mass function is called as binomial distribution. Is called as binomial distribution. The binomial distribution means it is a probability distribution. Probability distribution which has following probability mass function. Probability mass function is called as binomial distribution. What is the mass function? Probability of x is equal to NCx p raised to x q raised to n minus x. This is the equation given by binomial. The probability distribution which follow this equation is called as binomial distribution. You remember this equation. Probability of x. X is the variable, random variable. NCx, combination. N is the total number. Out of that, x is the required. NCx is the combination. Probability of p raised to x into q raised to n minus x. This is the equation given by binomial. Okay. For 2 marks question, you write this much only. And x running from 0, 1, 2, 3 up to n. What is the x? X means expectation. Your expectation may be equal to 0. Your expectation may be 1, 2, 3, 4 or up to n. For example, if there are 3 children in a family, out of 3 children, how many male children are there? How many male children are there means that is the x value. Out of 3 children, the male children may not be there. That is called as x value 0. If there is only one male, 1 is the x value. If there are two, 2 is the x value. If all the 3 are male, n is equal to, x value is equal to n. This is the point you remember. Okay. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದಾರ್ದಿನ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂರು ಜನ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಗಂಡು ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರ 3 ಜನ ಗಂಡು ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂರು ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಗಂಡು ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗಂಡು ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಇರದೇ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 0 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರ್ತದೆ. 3 ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಗಂಡು ಇರ್ಬೋದು, 2 ಗಂಡು ಇರ್ಬೋದು, 3ಕ್ಕೆ ಮೀರು ಗಂಡು ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಏನು ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, x is equal to 0, 1, 2 up to n total number. Okay. Then next is the probability of x is always greater than 0. Probability of x is always greater than 0 and it is less than 1. Probability is always greater than 0 or less than 1. And probability of q means not happening the event. P is your favorable event. Unfavorable is called as q, complementary. It is denoted by q. Q is equal to 1 minus p. You remember this. P means probability. That probability is always in between 0 and 1. 0 and 1. That means probability is greater than 0 and less than 1. And if you want to calculate q is calculated on the basis of 1 minus p. 1 minus p. You calculate p value and apply the equation. Probability of x is equal to ncx p raised to x into q raised to n minus x. You apply this equation and ascertain the answer. And ncx equation you already studied in the 3rd semester. ncx means combination equation. Combination equation is n factorial divided by n minus r factorial into r factorial. With the help of that, you have to find the ncx value. This is the binomial distribution. Okay. And here the variable x is a discrete variable. Remember this. Binomial distribution and Poisson distribution are applicable to discrete series, not for continuous series. This question you remember. Binomial and Poisson are applicable to discrete series and normal distribution is applicable to continuous series. Remember this. You remember this point. Okay. And x is the discrete and it is called as binomial variate. Okay. On the basis of this, I have given some notes. The first note is binomial probability mass function. PMF means probability mass function has 2 independent constants. Probability binomial distribution is having 2 independent constants, namely n and p. Remember this. In the binomial theorem, there are 2 constants or 2 factors. Okay, 2 factors that are n and p. N and p are there. On the basis of n and p, you have to calculate q. N is the total number, p is the probability. Then on the basis of p and 1, you calculate the q value, then calculate the required things. And these n and p are called as parameters. Remember this. For 2 marks question may come. What are the parameters under the binomial distribution? What are the parameters under the binomial distribution? N and P are the parameters in the binomial distribution. In the binomial distribution. You remember this one. This the question may come for 2 marks. Okay. This is the first note. In the first note, what you studied? There are two parameters in the binomial distribution. That is N and P. N and P are the two parameters. This is the first note. You remember. And second note is the binomial distribution with parameter N and P is denoted by B, gamma. This is binomial. B is the name of binomial. X is the variable. N is the number. P is the probability. N is the number of times. P is the probability. Or you may write as binomial NP. N means number. P means probability. This is the method of denoting binomial distribution. Okay, second note. And come to the third note. Let a binomial experiment, an experiment which has two outcomes, namely, the binomial distribution is applicable where there are two outcomes. Where there are two outcomes. One is success, another is failure. Remember this. Where there are two outcomes, there only you apply this binomial distribution. One is failure, another is success. Okay. How many male children are there? How many male children are not there? Failure, success. Head, tail. Hitting the mango, not hitting the mango. Hitting the mango, not hitting the mango. Scoring the marks, not scoring the marks. Like this, there are two outcomes. One is success, another is failure. Is called as binomial Bernoulli experiment. Is called as Bernoulli experiment with probability of success P and be conducted repeatedly. And N is the number of times. N is the number of times the happening of event. Therefore, X is running from 1 to N. 1 to N and value is 1 and 0 occurring according to experiment. According to experiment. Remember this. In this point, you remember only one thing. Binomial distribution has two experiments, two outcomes. Two outcomes. One is success, another is failure. This is the third node. And in this third node, you remember, if x1, x plus x2 plus x3 up to xn is the binomial variable with parameter n and p. If you add all these things, that is equal to n value. And parameter is n and p. N and p are the parameters. Then fourth note. The fourth note is binomial distribution with parameter n and p is also be written as follows. You may write the parameters of the n and p. With the help of n and p, you can form the equation like this. X is the random variable and happening, not happening of the event. For example, not happening is called as 0. Not hitting a mango, that is 0. Only one hitting, second hitting, third hitting, up to n time of hitting. How many times you hit the mango tree, a mango? N times. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to n times you hit the stone. Okay. Then what is the probability of this? Probability function. Probability of x is equal to The expectation is 0. For example, I will give you the example of how many male children are there in a family of 3 children. I will take the same example. How many male children are there? How many male children are there in a family of 3 children? How to solve this distribution? This is the binomial distribution. There are 0 male children. The probability of 0 male children means all the 3 children are female. This is the answer. This is the equation we apply. There is no male children. That is 0. And suppose there is only one male children, only one male child, only one is male child, then one is the X. Okay, you see here. Suppose in a family there are 3 children. There are 3 children. Out of 3 children, how many male children are there? This is the question. And this is the binomial distribution. Suppose there are no male children. If there are no male children, its answer is 0. So the probability of 0 male children is NC0, means 3C0, P raised to 0, Q raised to 0. Male, female. Children will only 2. One is male part, another is female. The probability of male children is 1 by 2. Female children is 1 by 2. Okay. Male is 1 by 2. If the child is not male, that is automatically female. Okay. So probability is 1 by 2. P raised to 0, Q raised to n minus 0. Suppose there is only one male child. How to solve it?